In the last lecture, we learned about Param Middleware, and we learned that Param Middleware is a special type of middleware that runs only when a specific route parameter is present in the URL. Now in this lecture, we are going to see one of the use cases where we can use a Param middleware. Generally, we can use a Param middleware when we want to avoid repetition of a piece of code. So we can put common logic for all routes within the same parameter in one place. Also, we can use a param middleware to check if the param value is valid before the route logic runs. And we can also use param middleware when we want to fetch DB entries or related resources in advance before the route handler function gets called. Or we can use param middleware for centralized error handling. In this lecture, we are going to use param middleware to avoid the repetition of a piece of code which we are using in the route handler functions, which takes an ID route parameter. So if I go to VS Code, and there let me close this users router.js file and also this package.json file. Let's go to hotels controller.js file. And in this hotels controller.js file, we have some route handler functions. And here we have these three route handler functions which takes an ID route parameter. So this get by ID, update and delete. If I go to hotelsrouter.js, you will see that when we are calling this get by ID, update and delete, we are calling these route handler functions for a route which is also taking an ID route parameter. Now in these three functions, we have a common code. Basically, this if statement where we are checking if a hotel with a given ID is present or not. This is common in all these three route handler functions. It is common in get by ID, it is also there in update function, and it is also there in delete function. So all these three functions has this common logic. And also all these three methods are taking an ID route parameter, and based on that ID route parameter value, we are trying to find a hotel object. So here what we can do is we can create a param middleware, and inside that param middleware, we can write this logic. So let's go ahead and let's implement it, and then let's try to understand it. So what I'll do is I'll copy this if statement. I need to copy it from here, because we also want to find a hotel with its ID which matches the value of the ID route parameter. So I have copied these lines of code. Now let's scroll to the top, and before this get all method, I'm going to create a new function. So for that I'll say exports dot, and here I'm going to call the function as checkHotelExist. You can name this function anything. And here I'm going to create a param middleware function. And this param middleware function, it is going to receive the request object, it is going to receive the response object, it is going to receive the next function, and apart from these three, it is also going to receive the value parameter and the name parameter. Now, name parameter, as I have mentioned in the last lecture, we rarely use it in the function body. So I'm going to omit it. We don't need it. And inside this function, I'm going to paste that logic which I have just copied. Here, I will name this variable as hotel, and I want to use this hotel in the if statement. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to find a hotel whose ID matches the value of the ID route parameter. Now, where are we going to get the value of ID route parameter? Since we are going to use this middleware function as a param middleware function, if in the endpoint we have a value for the ID route parameter, that value will be assigned to this value parameter of this param middleware. So here, instead of using this ID, we can use this value. Okay, and here also we can use value. Now, the ID route parameter value will be read as a string value. So we also need to convert it to number type before we do the comparison. Here, this ID property of this hotel object, it is of number type, but the route parameter value which we will read, it will be read as a string value. So since we are using this strict equality check, the data type will not match, and because of that, it is going to return false. So here, before we do the comparison, we also need to convert this value to number type. And for that, all I have to do is I have to use plus in front of that value. So this will convert the route parameter value which we have received for this value parameter to number type. And here I'm also going to change the message, and here I'll say hotel with ID, and the given ID cannot be found. So this is the generic message which we want to send whenever we are not able to find a hotel object with a given ID, when we are trying to update the hotel object or delete the hotel object, or trying to find the hotel object with a given ID. Okay, let's save the changes. Now, if the hotel is not found, then we are going to send this response to the client. But if the hotel is found, then we are going to call the next middleware in the stack. For that, we are also going to call this next function. Now here this return statement is very important. If I remove this return statement, in that case what will happen is, even though the hotel object is not found with a given ID, this hotel will be undefined. So in that case, this if statement will be executed and it will send this response to the client. But after that, it will also come to this line, and from here it will try to call the next middleware. And it is possible that in the next middleware, again we are trying to send some response. So this will create an error. Why? Because we have already sent a response to the client and the request response cycle has ended. And after that, again, we are trying to send a response. So it will create an error. And that's why from here, we need to return after we have already sent a response to the client. Now, if the hotel with the given ID is present, then this if statement will not be executed and the next middleware in the stack will be called. And the next middleware in the stack in this case will be the route handler function. So what we want to do is we want to use this checkHotelExist Param middleware before we try to find a hotel object by its ID, or before we try to update a hotel object by its ID, or before we try to delete a hotel object by its ID. So now what I'm going to do is, before we execute these route handler functions, before that I'm going to run a Param middleware. So for that, on this hotel router, from the last lecture, if you remember, on this router object also, we can call a param function, the param method. And here first we need to specify for which route parameter we want to execute a param middleware. Here I want to execute a param middleware for the ID route parameter. And then as the second argument, we need to pass the param middleware function. So in this hotel controller, just now we have created a method, and the method name is checkHotelExist. So now, since we have used this param middleware before the route handler functions, whenever a request will come to root URL /API /v1 /hotels /ID, first this param middleware will be executed and it will check the ID value which we have received for the ID route parameter. With that ID, if a hotel exists, then it will call the next middleware in the stack. And the next middleware can be any one of these route handler functions. But if the hotel does not exist, then from within this param middleware function itself, we are returning a response to the client and we are terminating the request response cycle. Okay. And now what I can do is, wherever I'm using that logic, I can remove it. So I can remove this if statement from here. I need this line because I'm trying to find a hotel object with a given ID and I'm sending that hotel object in the response. So this line I need, but the if statement I can remove. Same I can do from here. From here I can remove the if statement, and then let me retract this function as well and this function also. And from the delete also, from this delete route handler function also, we can remove this if statement. Okay, with this, let's save the changes. Let's go to Postman. And here, first of all, let me save these requests. So what I'm going to do is, in this collection, I'm going to create a new folder and I'm going to call this folder as users. Okay, and I'm going to save these two requests in the users folder. So I want to save this request. I'll call it as get all users, and I want to save it in users folder. Let me close this, and then I also want to save this request, so I'll click on the save button and let's call it as get user by ID. And again, I want to save it in users folder. Now let's quickly check these requests. So let me close this request also, get user by ID and this folder, and I'll open get hotel by ID request. And there I want to fetch that hotel object whose ID is 6. So if I send the request, you see we have received the response. So this is correct. But if I specify an ID with which we do not have a hotel object, for example 30, and if I send the request, we should receive 404 not found response. And the status is fail. And in the message you will see hotel with ID 30 cannot be found. So it is working as expected. Let's also check for the update hotel. So here, let's say I want to update the hotel object with ID 8, whose price is 3000. I want to change it to 5000. So if I send the request, we have received 404 not found because the hotel object with ID 8, it is not available. But we know that the hotel object with ID 6 is available. So let me check the price for that. Here, let's pass 6. Send the request. So the current price for this hotel object is 7000. So here, let me try to change it to 5000. If I send the request, we have received 200 OK. And here we can verify if the price has changed or not. So if I again send the get request to fetch the updated details, there you will see that the price has changed to 5000. Okay. So let's save this. And now let's also open delete hotel. So if I try to delete a hotel with ID, let's say 10, with this ID, we do not have any hotel object. If I send the request, we should get 404 response. So the hotel with ID 10 cannot be found. This is correct. But if I try to delete a hotel, let's say with ID 1, and if I send the request, that hotel object with ID 1 has been deleted and we have received this 204 no content response, which is correct. And let's go to get all hotels to send a request to get all the hotels. You will see that now we have total 4 hotels and the hotel with ID 1 has been deleted. So the first hotel object which we have, its ID is 4. Okay. So everything is working as expected. But now what we have done is, with the help of Param middleware, we have moved the common logic of checking if the hotel exists or not into a separate Param middleware function. And this Param middleware function will execute before the actual route handler function. And this Param middleware will execute only for those routes for the hotel's resource which takes an ID route parameter. All right. So this is all I wanted to cover in this lecture. I hope with this example now you understand where you can use a Param middleware. This is all from this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.